It's time for AgriCulture, presented by Turkana Farms in Germantown, New York, a small-scale producer of heritage breed livestock and a wide array of vegetables and berries on just over 39 acres. They also produce a full array of garden vegetables, many of them heirloom varieties raised naturally, as well as an assortment of berries, including raspberries, blackberries, gooseberries, black, red, and white currants, mulberries, and elderberries. And now, here's Victoria Cox.
I have to start this week's update with a bit of an embarrassing confession. Despite having no children to speak of, I've been listening to a lot of parenting podcasts in recent days. For a while, I would listen to any podcast at all when work got tedious, but soon I stopped turning into any true crime, news, or history podcasts and began to only reach for one subject. Essentially, verbal advice columns on how to manage overwhelming emotions and try new things. When my brother JT poked his head into the office in the middle of a segment about how much Halloween candy was too much, I joked that I was trying to figure out the best way to raise myself. Really, I think I find it reassuring to hear an ongoing stream of problems and solutions for lives that are very different from mine, full of the complex challenges of keeping tiny humans alive. In contrast, I've been amazed how easy it is, or seems to be, for our sheep to become parents. We simply head out one morning and find a new baby in the flock, already walking and yelling like a pro. We swab their umbilicus with iodine, give the baby a pair of ear tags, and monitor the mama, but they've already taken care of everything else. In a pamphlet I was reading on the ways to identify when a sheep was about to give birth, it suggested that one sign was if she's staring contemplatively out into the distance, hardly the high drama of human birth. For our first 3 babies of the year, thoughtfully named 290, 291, and 292. This was exactly how it proceeded. A moment of contemplation so subtle that we missed it, and then suddenly a baby where before there was none. Until Monday morning. We'd stayed up to see the lunar eclipse the night before, and temperatures were as cold as we've yet experienced this winter, dipping down to -4 degrees. When we did our morning rounds, Troy found one of our mamas, 45, and 2 tiny new twins shivering in the frigid wind. He and Mark brought them inside and set them up in a dry, clean stall, but when we'd finished the other chores and checked in on them again, the babies were still wet and cold, barely able to stand, and 45 was exhausted and seemed not to notice her newborns. Mark was out on an errand in town, and Troy and I discussed what to do next in whispers. It seems almost impossible not to whisper next to a new baby. But remembering this scene, it has all the high-stakes tension of a bomb diffusion in an action movie. Should we take the babies away to warm them up? Keep them with mom? Somehow transform a barn corner into a neonatal intensive unit? Call a lambulance? After a seemingly endless moment of insecurity verging on panic, we mustered an advance team to spirit the babies inside, and JT and I worked together to entice Mama to follow. Him leading with a bucket of grain, me pushing from behind, across a vast tundra of knee-deep snow. We rubbed the babies with dry towels and turned on a space heater, got Mom settled with a pile of hay, called Mark and made a plan to pick up milk replacer. Snatching inspiration from every James Herriot book and episode of Call the Midwife we'd ever seen, as well as a constant stream of internet searches with keywords, baby lamb, hypothermia, help. We grasped at straws, prepped bottles, stumbled and guessed through the rest of the morning. I missed the exact moment when the tide turned. But at some point, our babies moved from being not quite there to here, and were able to stand and drink their first crucial meal of colostrum from Mama, easing her discomfort and reminding her of their presence. By the time the afternoon rolled around, we were able to let out the breath we'd been holding since sunrise, a breath I'd started to forget had been there all along. We'd gotten so lucky, and we knew it. We had no idea if we were doing the right thing. We took our best guess and kept trying, and it worked. Troy and I are so new to the world of livestock, and naturally tend more toward the 9 books and 6 credit hours school of learning than the try it and see camp, particularly when lives are at stake. It's such a relief to have this moment of reassurance that what sustains and heals our flock, so far, is the same as for anything else. Warmth, attention, fresh water, and a good cry. That's my advice. speaking as a new parent. Feel free to syndicate us.
AgriCulture is underwritten by Turkana Farms, LLC, a small-scale producer of heritage-bred livestock and a wide array of vegetables and berries on just over 39 acres in Germantown, New York. More information, 518-537-3815.